In today's reaction, we're going to be watching NBA legends talking about how good Larry Legend was as a player. Now, we all have seen the games and highlights of Larry Bird play, but to get a better perspective of how good he truly was as a player, let's hear what legends from his era have to say about him and how he dominated on the NBA court.
Never really had a chance to play against Larry Bird, but I actually used to hate Larry Bird. I hated him. Because,
why?
I mean, because... Well, not hate him, I was sort of like, jealous of him because he was a regular guy that did everything. He shouted in your face, he had to fade away. One time, I was watching a game, they was playing somebody and I was betting this guy, and he was falling out of bounds, and he shot that thing over the backboard and went in. I was like,
yeah, I remember that. Bro, a lot of y'all, I remember we was watching the highlight together, and a lot of y'all people in the comments said this shot actually counted. So this shot truly counted. That's insane, but I could see why, like, even players even from back in the day, I could see why, like, if you had played against Larry Bird, I could see why you would even hate him. Like, imagine, like, he would trash talk you and he will school you to town, and, like, you would just have that hate for him. Like, you would have that hate for the guy, but I feel like underneath all that hate, there gotta be a little bit of love in there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, hate just stems from being jealous of somebody. Well, some hate, not all of it, but that's basically it for the most part.
And you know, I thought most of what he did was luck, but as I got older and kept watching, I just knew that it was skill. And for him to even have his name mentioned in this category with Magic and Michael Jordan just shows how great of a player he was.
Word.
Best three players of all time.
Yeah.
I
know.
Oh my God. Three. Larry Bird, Dr. J. Michael Jordan.
By the way, Bird just
even LBJ said Larry Bird was up there. Even LBJ said he was up there, bruh. A lot of y'all boys don't like LBJ. I hate on him, but I don't think he's still an all-time great though, in my opinion. He's still top 10. Do I have him better than Bird? Nah, low-key, nah, I don't think so. But in a way, I could kind of see why some people do, because I feel like their time frame, like LeBron has been in the league for like, what, 20 plus years. Bird was only in the league for 11 years. But I feel like for the time period though, I feel like Bird just like, he did so much in his time period though. So it's like, it's still kind of hard, but hey, there's still goats at the end of the day.
turned 60.
Well, not Braun, he ain't a GOAT. My bad.
Amazing.
That's great.
Bird's gotten old.
Well, Father Time will eventually catch all of us, but it's hard to think. I remember sitting in my dorm at UCLA and watching those great series between Boston and Magic and Bird. And Magic is my mentor. I've said this on this show before, but I patterned my game, who I wanted to be like, who I wanted to play like, after Larry Bird, so I was torn. So I love them both, and to have a chance to play against Larry early on in my career, and then kind of be under his leadership when he took over as head coach, it was a thrill for me, because that was, one of the players that, I really idolized and patterned my game after.
Larry Bird at his best, LeBron James at his best.
And do we have to put
Larry
teams too, or just individual players?
If there's a draft,
oh my God,
you can take Bird or LeBron. So let's say
I'm taking Bird. What y'all think? Y'all taking Braun or y'all taking Bird? Me, I'm taking Bird. I ain't gonna lie. See, this how I look at it though. Look, you could put Braun in for the first 3 quarters, right? If you really want. But for that last quarter though, you know what I'm saying? I'm choosing Bird. He gonna hit that shot though. He gonna hit that shot. LeBron could dominate, but Bird, he was different. Shit. Even all 4 quarters, I might still take Bird depending on the day. Shit, for the most part, I still might take him. I ain't gonna lie, but shit, they're both good. But shit, if you draft, I'm doing Bird. We doing Larry Potter, and we gonna make the Magic squad. No, we gonna make the Harry Potter squad. That's what we gonna do in here.
Larry at this age, when I think he averaged 30, 10, and 7, something like that, and LeBron right now. So you got Larry Legend.
Okay,
or
now
LeBron.
what rules are we playing to?
We're playing today's rules.
Bird. still Bird.
Oh, I gotta go with Larry Joe. I gotta go with Larry Joe.
How about Larry Bird in this equation, though? And tell me, when you watched Larry's game, Smitty, what it was that jumped out at you that has him held in such high regard throughout the NBA?
Well, I think, Ernie, like we all know, it's a tough decision with those three. Unbelievable players. But just to talk about Larry, for me to see the guy who can shoot the basketball, but then also be able to change his game up, but to do whatever he had to do to win. You know, kind of like Magic, kind of like Michael, but, you know, I was impressed for a guy with his athletic ability, which was not a lot, to be able to rebound the basketball, to really take the fundamentals of the game and take it to another level. I mean, everything fundamentally, if you watch Larry Bird, he did at a top level. I mean,
we were playing in Phoenix, and we were way up. We were like 15, and we have the worst fourth quarter in the history. We're terrible, and Larry's bad. Larry's missing shots, throwing it to the other team, throwing in the third row, and they come back, and somehow, you know, they go up two. So we have a play, out of bounds play. I'm taking it out, and Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a three. And I'm like, we're down two. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot a two, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game. And Larry says, nah, I'm just going to bust a three on him.
Hey, see, that's that killer shit, though. That's what I'm talking about. That's that Harry Potter shit I'll be talking about. Bray said, I'm going to bust a three right quick. I'm going to bust a three in their ass. Fuck you talking about. You know, pause. But even then, like, look, if I were to put Larry Bird in, like, today's time, he's going to still be as dominant. I feel like if you put the all-time greats from the past, you put him in the future, I feel like a lot of them will still be great. Just like I think opposite was. I think the players that are great today will still be great from back then. I feel like you just got to adjust to the rules. I feel like every player would just have to adjust, and they'll still be good. You know what I'm saying? That's all I think it is. But Bird, if you were to play he cooking guys out the water.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So he tells the Phoenix bench, he tells the coaches, yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a three on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball to the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He stops running to the locker room. And it went in. And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, man. You know, he's just one of those ones where he just kind of, he has such supreme confidence, and it was just, but that's the one when you were back in and Larry went in and said, well, I won the game in the first three quarters, then I lost it in the third quarter, or the fourth quarter, excuse me. Then I won it at the end. He goes, my record tonight is 2-1. We all just kind of laughed about it.
The best guy I played against might have been, Larry Bird. Someone like that.
How good was
Michael
Bird?
Jordan.
I don't think people look at him and think, he's a white guy, slow guy.
The chubby white guy, he wore us out, man. You know, because he just, this muscle here, the one between his ears, that was his best.
That brain.
Because he made the three-pointers, and he had assists and rebounded, steals. He was always at the right place at the right time on the court. You know, one of the great players, I had the opportunity to play against.
That's good to see. That's good to see Kareem even admire Larry too. Like, damn, like players that actually played against it, they admire how smart he was, how, you know what I'm saying, how determined he was to just win, how he was just able to take over. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And it's like, I kind of wish I was able to watch. I've definitely seen my time. Even like off stream, guys, trust me, I still do my research off time. I watch these players off my off time too. I don't just react to react. Nah, I actually like to study the game because I do like NBA. I love basketball. But even to see Larry play, you watch him live, or I'll be watching the shit from back then. I'd be like, damn, like. I ain't never really took time to appreciate how good he was. Now I'll be looking at him, I'm like, yo, I low-key just, like, he like low-key, like he leveled up on my all-time scale. I used to never think nothing of him. Now it's like, now I really researched about him and I'm like, yeah, people gotta respect the white guy more. You feel me? Like, they gotta respect my boy Larry, man.
First ever played this game. A kid from French Lick, Boston. And one of the few guys that ever Be in a three-point contest and shoot with a warm-up shirt on. And, but just as like, he played till he couldn't play no more, obviously. We know that. He just played till he literally couldn't play the game no more. He gave everything he had.
Right.
And for young guys that don't know him, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter. But he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds. He defended, he took charges. And, he's just a straight-up complete basketball player. And me as a small forward, Scotty, Bird, Doc, George Gervin, the guys that I kind of looked up to being a small forward, and they kind of set the precedence of what it is to, go out there as a professional and give it all. So, I've always been a big fan of Larry Bird, and, if I'm linked with any other greats, especially like him, it's pretty cool.
Right. And even like Braun for all, you forgot to add the fact, bruh. Hey, man, he got three MVPs back to back to back. He got 3 MVPs back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like, who doing that? Who doing that?
Bird 6. Bird, for those that don't know, won 3 straight MVPs in the league.
I just brought that up.
Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Bad Boys president. 3 straight MVP.
So you would say that was the baddest white boy ever?
No question. Not even yes. No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Remember Anthony Mason, just the kind of the point forward, power guy, just big, strong guy. We're playing. He's in New Jersey now. They call him up and from the D League or the CBA or whatever it was called back then. And he's sitting out there, and man, that guy's like, he's got, muscles everywhere. So before the game, Larry looks at him. He goes, "Hey, Kevin." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Look at this guy, man." And he's standing. He goes, "Look at all those muscles." And, Anthony Mason is just standing there, kind of posing. And then Larry looks at him and goes, "Yeah, all those muscles aren't going to help you tonight."
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
And Larry would shoot the ball and yell muscles when he was shooting it. And I just kind of laughed about it. He was a piece. That's what I tell people. Larry is a funny guy. He makes fun of himself. He's self-deprecating. Larry is a lot different than you see the button-down Larry that he is in public. Is a lot different than the Larry that we saw all the time.
But he said that same thing to Bird too after practice.
No. Dan.
Are you better than Bird?
Nope.
Am I better than Bird?
Nah, that's not even. No. Don't Chuck. Don't even sit up here and don't say yes. I better not hear him say yes, because no, he's not. No way in hell he's not. I mean, to be honest though, if I was an NBA player though, I would like to think I'm better than everybody else. So I kind of understand he'd be like, is he better than me? If I was Chuck, in my mind, I would say yes. Whole time, I really would know that's not the case. But I would just say yes because, you know what I'm saying, I like to think I'm the best. Not because I have it's a little bit of an ego, but that's just the way it is though.
Oh man, that's a great question. I'm a better rebounder. I'm probably a better defender. He's a better shooter, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about who's better.
But you have to have that mentality.
No, you know. I think, it's a team game.
Right.
Yeah. He told me there was a little bit of time left in the clock.
I still think he's better.
We had beaten Detroit, and I had just scored 56. And I'm walking out the court, and he goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm done." I said, "Look at the coach. I'm exhausted. I'm tired." I said, I'm done. Larry goes, "Man, don't do it, Kevin, because when I get that hot, I'm not coming out of the game." I said, "Okay." A week later, he got that hot, and he looked at me, and at about 50-something, he looked at me and goes, "I told you so." And I just said, "Go ahead," And so that's what I'm saying. It was like, to have the Celtics record for a week, it's a much better story when Larry comes out and throws 60 a week later than have the thing for, a year or whatever. It was just funny because he looked at me during that game and said, I'm on fire. I'm not coming out. And then we all got him the ball, and it was all history.
So that's it for this video, guys.
My boy said, shit, he only had him hold it for only a week? Shit. My boy wanted that record that bad. He said, once I'm hot, you ain't getting that record back. Yeah. I don't know if that's the record till to this day. I wonder if that actually is the record. Is 60 plus points still? Does Larry Bird still hold the record for the most points as a Celtic? I actually kind of got to do my research on that. But hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video, man. And tell me tell me where y'all have Larry in y'all all-time list. I ain't gonna lie. I like to say he top 5. I ain't gonna lie. I like to say he top 5. He probably not really top 5. I probably still put him like 6 to 10, but if you put him in your top 5, I can actually respect that. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video. And yeah, I'm out of here, y'all.